Hey guys, welcome to freebellydanceclasses.com. We're working on sword these days, and lots of questions, of course, come up with the sword. It's one of those tricky things where, like, there's a million questions that always could come up. So one of the ones that came up this time was from this one dancer, which was, so you hold one edge of the sword, which is the handle, of course, with one hand. So where do you put the other hand? How do you decide where the other hand goes to hold the sword if you're actually doing something like this with it, okay, or above your head or whatever? How do you decide? For me, I don't think about it too much because I think it's much more natural than that. It's whatever the point is that is going to create balance in the middle. So for example, and every sword is going to be different, by the way. We talked about this before, you guys. So for me, my balance point in my sword is right about here. Like, I can actually put a finger in here and guarantee right about here that my sword is going to hold its balance. Maybe a little bit more like this because my handle is heavier than the edge of the sword. So this is the balance point. So this is the middle point. But the middle doesn't mean distance-wise. Okay? So if I hold it like this, this is not, obviously, if you guys looking at it, you're like, oh, that's not the middle point. The middle point, distance-wise, yes, this is not it. But the middle, weight-wise, I'm talking about weight here. There's obviously more weight in the right handle than there is on the left side here for me. Whether you're right, my left, you know, we're opposite, of course. So on this side is heavier. The handle is always going to be heavier than the edge, okay? So obviously the middle, where the balance point is not going to be right in the middle distance-wise. So then you decide, where do you grab it? Well, it's going to be the other edge where the balance point is, from the balance point. Basically, if this is, let me try to explain this in an easy way. I know I'm making it complicated. When you find the balance points, it's not based on distance. It's based on weight. But how do you find whether you hold it with your other hand? That is based on distance from the balance point. So if this is my balance point, right, and then I measure it with my just like fingers like this, right, and I'll be like, okay, so about 2 lengthwise like this with my hands. So I'm going to go from here. So it's about right here, okay, right here. And actually, believe it or not, that is my natural place where I always grab my sword. It creates a bit of balance for me. So I do it without thinking about it. I really do. I don't like think about it like, oh, what do I hold it? But I hold it when it thinks balance each other in the middle, just fine. But it's not necessarily based on distance, but weight, but also distance, okay? You start with the weight, which is right about here. And then the distance from the weight from this side and this side should be equal. I hope I'm making sense. Let me try to explain that one more time, and hopefully somebody else will get it, maybe a little bit differently. So first of all, you find your balance point based on weight, okay? Which is where you put your one finger, excuse me. And then, so like right here, it's not balanced yet, so I'm gonna move a little bit more right here. And not quite, more. Okay, perfect. It's balanced now, or pretty close. Very close, okay? Now, what you do is you kind of measure the distance with just your fingers. So it's about 2 for me, 1 and 2. And so right about here, distance-wise, that is where you hold your sword. I hope that makes sense. I really do. I mean, it might be complicated, but it might not be. For some it might be, but for most it'll be like, hey, I got it, okay? So hopefully you got it. If not, please repeat this video, go back to the beginning, listen to it again until it makes sense. But that's basically how you decide. But again, as I said, don't think about it too much. Just kind of grab it, and whatever things feel like balanced in your hands, like there's not too much weight on one side or the other side, that's a good point. You're good. Fine, don't think about it. But I'm just explaining to you when I said the whole distance and weight thing, I'm just explaining to you why is it that you feel that way, technically and scientifically. Why do you feel the way you feel? Is because really things are balanced from a weight and distance point on your sword. So that's basically what's happening there. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope that helps you so much, you know, be a fantastic sword dancer, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video on freebellydanceclasses.com. Check out our other videos, and also definitely our sword videos, which are under the technique section. Go down, sword technique, all the videos will show up. See you then.